Today's show is sponsored by Indie Film Hustle's Filmmaker Process. We provide filmmakers with professional services to get their films or series funded, finished, and distributed. For more information, go to filmmakerprocess.com. Your latest film, The Kid Who Would Be King,
Yes.
that was a fairly big. It looked like a big budget. I'm not sure if it was or not, but there's a lot of visual effects in it. I love the story. I love the way it came up. How did that come to life? Because that was you. You were the writer and the director of that. So I'm assuming you came up with the story on that.
I did, yeah. That was an idea I had when I was a kid. Actually, I had when I was that '80s kid. So I was so obsessed with movies and designing the posters and thinking of the catchphrase and stuff. I just used to do them as a kid. I used to make up movie titles and attempt to write scripts when I was like 14, 15, 13 years old. That was an idea I had when I was a kid. And really it connects to your question about what I did after Attack the Block. So after a while I figured, okay, I've got the opportunity to make a bigger movie. Why not make one of my dream projects, come hell or high water? Instead of making someone else's dream project, So, so that was an idea I had when I was a kid.
But it took a while before that got made. I mean,
It did, yeah. So we finished on Ant-Man in about 2014, and I started making The Kid Who Would Be King in 2016. So there were 2 years when I was trying to get another couple of movies off the ground that didn't make it. It was pretty big budget, not as big as it looks. It looks twice as big as it was. But yeah.
Now, and do you have any tips on directing children? Because I've directed children, and that's a journey.
Well, my tip on directing children would be, get as many takes as you can and then work really hard in the edit. And even if you get the most superb performance from a child, you're likely to get little bits of good stuff in lots of different takes.
Interesting. That's great.
So use the audio from one take and the picture from another take. Build the performance from lots of different takes. Know when to use a reaction rather than be on them when they're talking. So for me, like, a performance from a child is more likely to be elevated in the edit. You can use all the same techniques on adults, but I've really, Attack the Block and The Kid Who Would Be King have both had kind of young actors in them, and it just creates a fantastic atmosphere on the set. I don't know whether you agree, but there's such a sense of opportunity and happiness going to work. And it makes all the adults on the crew not curse and raise their game and behave really well.
The grips are a little less.
Yeah, exactly. So I really enjoy it. But yeah, that would be my tip.
Awesome. To watch the rest of this interview, head over to bulletproofscreenwriting.tv.